Morning traders, welcome back. So today I traded 5 different tickers and I'm up 10% roughly based on my average position size, which maybe in a hotter market I would want to size up a little bit more so we could hit that $250,000 milestone a little bit quicker. But you know, it's the summer right now, we're in the middle of it and it is hot. It's like 40 degrees outside right now in Berlin. It's one of our hottest days. Luckily by tonight it's going to cool down just a little bit more and then tomorrow it's going to be back normal. So a little bit of a weather forecast here as well. Let's go ahead, look at these tickers and see the damage I did today. So here you see it. These are the 5 tickers I traded today, and the most I'm up is DRCT. I'm up 384 on that one. Nothing really too crazy, but for the fact that I was using about $4,000 average position size, I think this is actually a pretty good green day, all things considered. My problem with SNTI, this is the ticker that's not even on our watch list anymore. I'll just quickly go over it. My issue on this one, and I only did one quick trade on this, is the fact that I just traded this one maybe a little bit too aggressive size. It was slightly above average position size, which is more than I want to be doing when a new ticker pops up for the first time. And then I was cutting my losses here, and as I was cutting my losses, it just dumps in one big quick move. I wasn't able to get out quick enough, which was a little bit annoying. So yeah, too big size, and I held this one too long, and you'll see it at the end of this video, this trade specifically, how it compares to my other trades, and you'll see that it kind of sticks out a little bit. So shame on me for getting a bit too aggressive and holding it too long. Didn't cut my losses quick enough there. Break out or bail out, that's how it goes. WKHS, the next ticker I want to talk about. This is actually a ticker that we've seen quite a bit in the past, and this one I just didn't really get in the groove on it. My first trade was a loss. I bought a little bit high here and then a pullback to VWAP 9 EMA. I went ahead for a little bit trade there looking for that last pop, but it didn't work and I closed this one out. So I basically just scratched on out, and then at the market open, I mean, just chop and then chop, and I look at 5 minutes of disaster. So not really interesting to talk about. Now we're going to the 3 tickers that are definitely more interesting to talk about. All these tickers I was able to walk away a little bit better on and make back my losses. So I started off in the red with SNTI. That was the first trade, just like that, down 260, and I was like, here we go, time to dig myself out of the hole the rest of the day. It's like the worst when that's your first trade. It really kind of sets the mood a little bit lower. I was gonna say dim the lights, but that's a whole different evening. So SDIG, let's go ahead and look at this one. And look at this, it's actually the most dollar volume at the moment. And let's go to it on the chart. Daily, it's interesting. A lot of sell-off. We're in a bit of a base, and now it's popping up with high relative volume. So that's actually a really good sign. On the 5 minute, yeah, it's healthy trend here. A little bit choppy, I'm not gonna lie. And right here, this was a big chop fest. Really tough to trade. So this company is riding the wave a little bit of the crypto rally that we're seeing right now. So this is a digital mining company. It's raising 30, it just increased 30% pre-market. So it's kind of macro news related. I ended up trading this one a little bit here on that first pop. Wasn't really able to do much, and then here I tried again, wasn't able to do much, and then the third time's the charm. I traded it again, but I didn't get, first of all, I didn't get aggressive enough. This was actually really frustrating because I missed, for some reason I didn't get filled right here, and then I chased it on the way up. I eventually got filled, and I just kind of closed it right away. I wasn't super confident. I mean, you saw how many times this ticker failed. Now, this time it had a little bit more volume, so that was actually looking good, and I missed pretty much like the best move here. Good 5 minute breakout. Let me zoom in here. Great 5 minute breakout, actually. Nice 1 minute pullback, and I didn't trade this. This might have been the best trade of the day if I traded it. So I missed that. I went for this pullback. That was pretty much it though on the front side, and I went for this pullback. Also was pretty much it. And then this was just a small share size trade where I actually got flushed on. I gave back quite a bit on this one percentage wise. Size here was okay. This is where I did better. I just started using a little bit more size. This is like 1.5 times my average. This was even pretty much 2x my average size. So at this point I was trading better and bigger size, but a little bit too late, just too late to the party. This is really where I should have been trading it. Let's keep going to APLD, and I'm up 165 on that. Nice little profit. This is also another crypto related stock, so we're kind of seeing a lot of crypto moves across the board. On the daily, you'll see it's been a little 2-day rally here, really strong, high relative volume. I'm starting to wonder if this momentum might slow down a little bit. We're seeing a lot of resistance right around $3. We also have the 180-day simple moving average. So that's really the major resistance zone to be watching. On the 5 minute, you'll see that we had that really strong power hour move and then aftermarket move right here. But ever since 4 a.m., so pretty much pre-market starts, this ticker was selling off. And then at 7:50, it decides to do that reversal. And I traded it the first time at the end of the reversal, which, didn't really amount to much, but a little profit there. And then at first, at the market open, it wasn't interesting. Even this area, I didn't really love it, but hey, the volume was technically there. Then it kind of pulls back here, just consolidates. Again, not really that interesting. Plus a lot of sell volume on this sell-off, which is not a really good sign. Somehow it does end up managing to pull higher, and I traded this area right here and made a little bit of profit. Now, I should have been paying attention here a little bit more. I think there was some good opportunity. As I noticed this holding, and look at this 5-minute breakout, and then we pull back and we have a higher 5-minute candle, so an increase in the resistance level. So there are more and more buyers coming in. So that was a really bullish sign. At this point, I was actually documenting my trades already. I just didn't feel like we're going to see more, and I missed this nice move here. So I should have been a little bit more vigilant. I think buying somewhere here, this was kind of a nice flat top breakout, would have been really good. I could have also bought into the breakout, but in this market, I actually kind of prefer a little bit front running, kind of hoping that there's going to be a breakout. I feel like it works a bit better just because the breakouts don't oftentimes last that long. They don't have great continuation. So the classic breakout strategy still works. It's just a lot more risky in this market. So yeah, that was definitely a mistake that I made today on APLD. And then DRCT, I'm up 384 on this one. And let's first look at the news. This ticker actually has some crazy news here. They reported a 540% year-over-year revenue growth. That is really, really nice catalyst. And you can see this ticker is up like crazy today. It was up over 100%. And right now it is selling off a little bit. Volume has totally died off. So a lot of people are trading this one. You can really feel it. Daily breakout, really, really nice. 2.5 was the big resistance to break. And you can just tell we totally broke that. And we ran past 3. And then we were looking for that next resistance zone around 330. So that's pretty much where we got to. And then we zoom in here a little bit more on the 1 minute. Now, my mistake on trading DRCT was the fact that I did not get aggressive quick enough. And this was a little bit annoying. I only traded with small size here in this area. And then I didn't buy again on this breakout, which was a 25% move. Really, really nice. And then even when I did trade this one, I only got 1,000 shares. So at no time was I really trading this one properly. Even further back here, I tried for that little potential reversal, quick pop here. Small size, and then again small size here. This was actually a break-even trade. This was also a ranging trade, which I'm not super fond of, but I really thought that it was going to be kind of one of those weird setups where it sells off, consolidates, and pops up again, just like we saw. I think it was on APLD. Yeah, exactly, APLD, where it sold off, consolidates, and pops up again. So I was thinking maybe we were going to see a similar setup, but we didn't. And yeah, this one's been selling off ever since. Honestly, with a catalyst like DRC has, I wouldn't be surprised if we had some multi-day momentum. We have seen this ticker hold the highs in the past and able to maintain some momentum, but ultimately it does sell off. So it seems like this company might be burning cash or something like that a bit too much. Looking at my statistics here, clean day, I did get back a little bit of profits, but overall it's a higher profit margin than usual, so that's really good. My risk reward wasn't great, and that's really because I think that first trade kind of messed me up a little bit. So I gotta tighten that up. I really gotta cut my losses a little bit quicker there and let my winners obviously ride a bit more. But I'm not so concerned about letting my winners ride more. I actually kind of like how I go about this. It's really cutting my losses is, I think, my biggest problem. Yeah, it always sucks a little bit when you have the largest losing trade bigger than the largest winning trade. But that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes, so that's fine. So if you just see here my trades, you'll see that my first trade was quite a bit of a loser, and this is above my average size. So this trade should have been a little bit less, should have been like around $3,000, and I should have really cut this around 2%. Basically, as soon as the trade no longer looked like it was working, either breakout or bailout, I should have cut this one. And I think this was really my major mistake today. And sometimes when you have a trade like this, you'll ruin your confidence a little bit. So maybe if I didn't have this trade, I would have traded these maybe with a little bit more size. But I gotta say, with DRCT, this ticker popped so fast, I didn't really have time to do my second entry. Usually I do like 2 or 3 entries. I didn't have time for that. And then where I did have time, like SDIG, I actually did end up sizing up a little bit more. So that is really, really good to see that. This trade could have maybe been a little bit more size, but ultimately, if it's a better setup, you want to use bigger size. And for the most part, I did that today. In terms of running P&L, you guys can see again here, I started off in the red and then eventually I was able to move to the green. So nice, consistent front side move. It's always really good to see that, especially in this slow market, that I'm able to get a few quality trades. But in the end of the day, you really notice there's like 2 or 3 setups that could have made you all the money, just like I showed you guys earlier in this video. So it's important to be patient, but when you see that good setup, you want to get aggressive and you want to use proper size. Otherwise, you're going to have regret and FOMO and do something silly later on. And that's probably what I could have done a little bit better today. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you then first thing tomorrow morning. Like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.